Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. My name is Narra, and I'm very happy that you are here with us today. This podcast is made especially for English learners, so we will speak clearly, slowly, and use simple English. Today, we are going to talk about something very common: wasting time. Sometimes we want to study, improve ourselves, or become more productive. But instead, we spend hours scrolling on our phones or avoiding important things. So in today's conversation, we will explore why people waste time and how it affects their daily lives. Today, I'm joined by Ethan. Welcome, Ethan.
Thank you, Nara. I'm very happy to be here. Honestly, I think this topic is something many people struggle with every day.
I completely agree. I think almost everyone has experienced the feeling of wasting an entire day and then feeling guilty afterward.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes people wake up with motivation and many plans. They say, "Today I will study. Today I will exercise. Today I will change my habits." But later, they spend hours on social media or watching random videos. And at the end of the day, they feel disappointed in themselves.
Why do you think wasting time has become such a big problem today?
I think technology plays a huge role. Our phones give us constant entertainment. Every few seconds, there is something new to watch, read, or scroll through. And because everything is fast and easy, our brains become addicted to stimulation.
That's very true. Sometimes even 5 minutes on social media can suddenly become 1 hour.
Exactly. And what makes it dangerous is that it doesn't feel harmful at first. You tell yourself, "I'm only checking my phone for a moment." But then time disappears very quickly.
Do you remember a moment where you realized your habits were becoming unhealthy?
Yes. One night, I stayed awake until almost 3 in the morning watching short videos on my phone. And the strange thing is that I didn't even enjoy most of them. I was just scrolling automatically. The next day, I felt tired, unmotivated, and frustrated with myself.
I think many people can relate to that feeling.
Definitely. And after repeating that habit many times, people slowly lose confidence in themselves because they keep breaking promises they made to themselves.
That's actually very deep. People usually think wasting time only affects productivity, but it also affects self-respect.
Exactly. When people constantly avoid their goals, they begin feeling disappointed in themselves. And over time, that disappointment becomes frustration.
Do you think social media is the biggest distraction today?
Probably yes. Modern apps are designed to keep people's attention for as long as possible. Everything moves quickly. Videos are short. Notifications never stop. There is always something new. And after a while, normal activities start feeling boring.
Like reading, studying, or practicing skills?
Exactly. Those things require patience and concentration. But social media trains the brain to expect fast entertainment every few seconds.
Do you think attention spans are becoming shorter because of this?
Definitely. Sometimes people cannot even focus on a simple conversation without checking their phones. Even watching a 10-minute video feels difficult for many people now.
That's actually sad when you think about it.
Yes, and honestly, I noticed this problem in myself too. Sometimes I wanted to focus, but my brain constantly searched for distractions.
Did you try to reduce your screen time?
Yes, many times. At first, I tried extreme solutions. I deleted all my apps. I made very strict schedules. I tried changing my entire life in one day, but that never worked for long.
Why do you think it failed?
Because it was unrealistic. Real change usually happens slowly. When people try to become perfect overnight, they often become overwhelmed and quit completely.
So what helped you more?
Smaller habits. Instead of studying for 5 hours immediately, I started with 30 minutes. Instead of removing all entertainment, I slowly reduced it. That approach felt much more realistic.
I think many people underestimate small progress.
Yes, People want fast results, but most real improvement happens quietly and slowly. One small habit repeated every day can completely change a person over time.
Did wasting time ever affect your mental health?
Honestly, yes. There were periods where I felt mentally exhausted all the time. I was consuming information constantly, but creating nothing meaningful in my own life. And after a while, that emptiness becomes emotionally heavy.
That's very relatable. I think many people today spend more time consuming than creating.
Exactly. Watching motivational videos is easy. Actually changing your life is much harder. Sometimes people confuse inspiration with real progress.
That's a very powerful sentence.
I learned that motivation alone is unreliable. Some days you feel motivated, some days you don't. That's why discipline becomes more important than emotion.
How would you describe discipline in a simple way?
For me, discipline means doing important things even when you don't feel like doing them. Not perfectly, not emotionally, just consistently.
That sounds simple, but difficult at the same time.
It is difficult, especially because distractions are everywhere now. Sometimes, even when people truly want to focus, their phones constantly interrupt them.
Do you think boredom is important?
Actually, yes. I think modern people are afraid of boredom, but boredom can sometimes help creativity. When the brain becomes quiet, people often think more deeply.
That's true. Many people immediately open social media the moment they feel bored.
Exactly. People rarely sit quietly with their thoughts anymore. There is always noise, music, videos, notifications, messages. The brain never truly rests.
Did you notice positive changes after improving your habits?
Yes, I felt calmer, more focused, and surprisingly, I started enjoying simple things again. Reading became easier, studying became less stressful. Even conversations felt more meaningful.
I think that shows how powerful attention really is.
Definitely. When your attention is constantly divided, even relaxing becomes difficult.
What do you think is the biggest misunderstanding about productivity?
Probably the idea that productive people work every second of the day. Real productivity is not about constant work. It's about using time intentionally. Rest is important too.
That's a very healthy perspective.
Yes, some people become obsessed with productivity and forget how to enjoy life. Balance is extremely important.
Do you still struggle with procrastination sometimes?
Of course, I still have difficult days. Sometimes I still waste time online. But the difference now is that I become aware of it faster and recover more quickly.
Awareness seems very important.
It is. You cannot improve habits you refuse to recognize. Honesty with yourself is the first step toward change.
What advice would you give to someone who feels trapped in the cycle of wasting time?
I would say start small. Don't try to completely transform your life overnight. Maybe reduce 1 hour of screen time. Maybe spend 15 minutes learning something useful every day. Small actions create momentum.
I think many people need to hear that, especially young people who constantly compare themselves to others online.
Yes, comparison steals emotional energy. Social media usually shows only the best moments of people's lives. But real life is slower and less perfect than the internet makes it seem.
That's very true. And sometimes people feel behind even when they are improving normally.
Exactly. Everyone has different struggles, different circumstances, and different timelines. Comparing your real life to edited content online is unfair to yourself.
Do you think people also waste time because they feel lost in life?
Definitely. I think when people don't have clear goals or direction, distractions become much stronger. When you know exactly what you want, it becomes easier to protect your time. But when you feel confused or uncertain about your future, it's easy to escape into entertainment.
That makes a lot of sense. Entertainment can become a way to avoid difficult emotions.
Exactly. Sometimes people are not just wasting time. Sometimes they are avoiding stress, fear, loneliness, or pressure. Scrolling becomes an escape.
I think many people never realize that.
Yes, and the scary part is that distractions can slowly become habits. At first, it feels temporary, but after months or years, people start feeling disconnected from their goals and dreams.
Did you ever feel afraid about time passing too quickly?
Honestly, yes. There were moments where I suddenly realized how fast months were passing, and that feeling scared me because I understood that time never returns.
That thought can be very emotional.
It really can. Sometimes we think we have unlimited time, but life moves very quickly. That's why learning how to use time wisely is so important.
Do you think schools teach enough about time management?
Not really. Schools teach many subjects, but many young people never learn how to manage distractions, emotions, or habits properly. And those skills are extremely important in real life.
That's true. Sometimes discipline is more important than talent.
I completely agree. A talented person without discipline can waste huge potential. Meanwhile, an average person with consistency can improve tremendously over time.
That's actually inspiring.
Yes. I think consistency is one of the most underrated qualities today. People often underestimate the power of small, daily effort.
What role do friends and environment play in productivity?
A huge role. The people around you influence your mindset and habits more than you realize. If everyone around you wastes time constantly, it becomes normal. But when you spend time with focused and motivated people, their energy affects you too.
So, environment matters a lot.
Definitely. Even small things matter. A clean room, a quiet place, less noise, less distraction. Those things can improve focus more than people expect.
Did improving your habits make you happier overall?
Honestly, yes. Not because my life became perfect, but because I respected myself more. Keeping promises to yourself builds confidence slowly.
That's a very important point.
Yes, real confidence often comes from actions, not motivation. When you consistently do difficult things, you slowly trust yourself more.
Before we finish, what is one habit that helped you the most personally?
Probably planning my day before sleeping. It sounds simple, but it reduced a lot of confusion and wasted time in my life. When people wake up without direction, distractions become much stronger.
That makes a lot of sense. And finally, what motivates you to continue improving?
Honestly, I think it's the fear of regret. I don't want to wake up years later and realize that I spent most of my life distracted. I want to build skills, learn useful things, create memories, and become someone I respect.
That was honestly a beautiful answer. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you, Nara. I really enjoyed this conversation.
And thank you all for listening to today's episode. If you enjoyed this conversation, make sure to watch more videos on the channel to continue improving your English through real and meaningful conversations. There are many more interesting topics waiting for you. See you in the next episode and keep learning with us.